Once upon a time in a small town, nestled between rolling hills and lush forests, there lived a young man named Daniel. Daniel worked at a local furniture workshop, crafting beautiful pieces from wood. Despite his talent and dedication, he often felt his work lacked the excellence he aspired to achieve. He dreamt of creating masterpieces, but something always seemed to hold him back. Every day, Daniel would arrive at the workshop early, his hands eager to mold the raw timber into elegant furniture. He admired the work of the master craftsmen in the workshop, whose pieces were always perfect, earning praise from everyone who saw them. Daniel often wondered what set their work apart from his. He decided to seek advice from the most respected craftsman, Mr. Bennett, an elderly man with years of experience and a heart full of wisdom. One evening, after the workshop had closed for the day, Daniel approached Mr. Bennett. The old craftsman was sitting by the window, the golden light of the setting sun casting a warm glow on his weathered face. "Mr. Bennett," Daniel began hesitantly, "I admire your work and the way you bring such beauty and perfection to everything you create. I want to improve my work, but I don't know where to start. Can you help me?" Mr. Bennett looked at Daniel with kind eyes and smiled. "Of course, Daniel. The desire to improve is the first step towards excellence. Let me tell you a story." Daniel pulled up a chair, eager to listen. Mr. Bennett began, "When I was young, much like you, I struggled to find my place in this workshop. I wanted to create masterpieces, but my work always fell short. One day, I decided to visit a wise old woodworker who lived in a cottage deep in the forest. He was known for his extraordinary craftsmanship, and I hoped he could help me." Mr. Bennett paused, his eyes reflecting the memories of his youth. "When I reached the cottage, the old woodworker welcomed me warmly. I shared my struggles, and he listened patiently. Then he said something that changed my life. To create a masterpiece, he told me, you must first find joy in the process, not just the result. Each piece of wood has a story, and it is your job to listen to it and bring it to life." Daniel leaned in, captivated by the story. Mr. Bennett continued, "The old woodworker taught me to slow down and appreciate each step of the process. He showed me how to feel the grain of the wood, to understand its unique characteristics, and to work with it rather than against it. He taught me the importance of patience, attention to detail, and most importantly, passion." Inspired by the story, Daniel decided to change his approach. The next morning, he arrived at the workshop with a renewed sense of purpose. He selected a piece of wood and ran his fingers over its surface, feeling the grain and the texture. He took his time, envisioning the final piece, but more importantly, enjoying each step of the process. Days turned into weeks, and Daniel's work began to transform. He no longer rushed through the tasks, but immersed himself fully in each moment. He found joy in sanding the wood to a smooth finish, in carefully joining pieces together, and in applying the final coat of varnish. His pieces started to reflect the care and attention he put into them, and soon they caught the eye of the other craftsmen in the workshop. One day, Mr. Bennett approached Daniel with a smile. "I see you've found your way, Daniel. Your work has a new life to it. You've learned to listen to the wood and to enjoy the journey." Daniel beamed with pride. "Thank you, Mr. Bennett. Your story and advice made all the difference. I realized that improving my work wasn't just about technical skills, but about connecting with the material and finding joy in the craft." As the months passed, Daniel's reputation as a skilled craftsman grew. Customers began to seek out his pieces, praising the quality and artistry in each one. But more than the recognition, Daniel found fulfillment in his work. He felt a deep sense of satisfaction, knowing that he was creating something beautiful, something that would bring joy to others. One day, a young apprentice named Emily joined the workshop. She reminded Daniel of himself when he first started. She was eager to learn, but often felt overwhelmed and unsure of her skills. Remembering his own journey, Daniel decided to mentor her. He shared with Emily the story Mr. Bennett had told him and his own experiences. He taught her to find joy in the process, to be patient, and to pay attention to the details. Under his guidance, Emily began to improve, and her confidence grew. Years went by, and the workshop thrived. Daniel and Emily became known for their exceptional craftsmanship, and the workshop became a place of learning and inspiration for many young artisans. Daniel never forgot the lessons he had learned, and he continued to pass them on, knowing that true excellence came from within. And so, in the small town nestled between rolling hills and lush forests, the legacy of great craftsmanship lived on, not just in the beautiful furniture that adorned homes, but in the hearts and minds of those who created them. Daniel's journey taught him that the path to improvement was paved with passion, patience, and a love for the craft.